Welcome back to Keen Adventures. Buckle up for an extraordinary 50-minute unedited journey as we glide along the Douro River in Porto on our Six Bridges River cruise. Let's set sail. We'll navigate the Douro River, passing under Porto's 6 remarkable bridges, each with a story to tell. 2 significant battles were fought by the Douro River in Porto during the Peninsular War. The First Battle of Porto occurred on March 29, 1809. Marshal Soult's French forces defeated the Portuguese defenders and captured the city of Porto. The battle ended in a massacre, with thousands of Portuguese soldiers and civilians killed as they tried to flee across a bridge over the Douro River that collapsed. The bridge in question was the Ponte das Barcas, or Bridge of Boats, a floating bridge made up of connected barges or small boats that spanned the Douro River. This disaster resulted in approximately 4,000 deaths. After this tragic event, the Ponte das Barcas was reconstructed and continued to serve as a crossing point over the Douro River. However, its reputation remained tarnished by the tragic events of 1809. The rebuilt Ponte das Barcas remained in use until 1843, when it was replaced by the Di Maria II Bridge, also known as the Pencil Bridge or Hanging Bridge. This new bridge provided a safer and more stable solution for crossing the Douro River. There is a memorial commemorating the tragic collapse of the Ponte das Barcas, Bridge of Boats, in Porto in 1809. Here are the key details about the memorial. The memorial is often referred to as Alminhas de Ponte, the Bridge Souls, or the Remembrance Shrine Ponte das Barcas. It consists of a bronze bas-relief created by sculptor Teixeira Lopes in 1897. The memorial is located at the Ribeira Wall, approximately where the bridge ended on the Porto side of the Douro River. In addition to the bas-relief, architect Eduardo Sautomura designed 2 symmetrical sculptures on both banks of the river, also in memory of the disaster. The Second Battle of Porto occurred May 12, 1809, also known as the Battle of the Douro or the Crossing of the Douro. Sir Arthur Wellesley, later Duke of Wellington, led British and Portuguese forces in a daring amphibious crossing of the Douro River to retake Porto from the French. Wellesley's troops crossed the river in wine barges and surprised Soult's forces, forcing them to retreat from the city. This second battle is considered one of Wellington's most audacious and successful operations. He managed to cross a major river in the face of a larger enemy force, catching the French completely off guard. The crossing was made possible by the help of local Portuguese civilians who provided boats and intelligence. The Infante Bridge. This bridge was opened in 2003 and features a unique single-arch design with a 280-meter span and a shallow 25-meter arc height. It was designed without any pillars in the river. It creates a sleek and unobstructed appearance, complementing Porto's skyline. This bridge was constructed to replace the upper deck of the Luís, the first bridge for road traffic. It connects Porto to Vila Nova de Gaia, enhancing the city's modern infrastructure. As we cruise, we'll be treated to panoramic views of Porto's historic city center, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and the charming riverbanks of Vila Nova de Gaia. The traditional Rabelo boats, once used to transport port wine, dot the river, adding to the scenic nostalgia. Tickets range from $15 to $18 per adult. Every bridge we pass under tells a story of Porto's evolution, from the majestic double decks of the Dom Luís de Ferm Bridge to the innovative design of the Maria Pia Bridge, the modern functionality of the São João and Freixo bridges, the architectural elegance of the Arrabida Bridge, and the minimalist charm of the Infante Bridge. The next bridge we approach is the Maria Pia Bridge. This bridge was completed in 1877. This historic railway bridge was designed by Gustave Eiffel and Théophile Seyrig. It features a wrought iron, double-hinged crescent arch design. At the time, its 353-meter length and 160-meter central arch span made it the longest single-arch bridge in the world. This bridge also has historical significance. It was named after Queen Maria Pia of Portugal and served as a vital rail link between Porto and Lisbon for over a century. The bridge was classified as an International Historic Civil Engineering Landmark in 1990 and now stands as a preserved monument and testament to 19th century engineering prowess. The São João Bridge is the next bridge on our cruise. This bridge was designed by renowned Portuguese engineer Edgar Cardoso. This bridge was built between 1988 and 1991 to replace the Maria Pia Bridge. It features a continuous reinforced concrete structure with a central span of 250 meters, which was a world record at the time. The bridge stands about 60 meters above the Douro River. The purpose of this bridge is to carry the Linha do Norte railway line. It plays a crucial role in modern rail transportation, seamlessly blending functionality with architectural aesthetics. We are now approaching the Freixo Bridge, which inaugurated in 1995. This modern bridge was designed by engineers Antonio Reis and Daniel de Sousa. The bridge consists of two parallel structures running 10 meters apart, effectively making it a double bridge. It spans a total length of 705 meters with a main span of 150 meters. This bridge was built to alleviate congestion. It carries the A20 motorway, connecting Porto to Vila Nova de Gaia, and has 8 lanes for road traffic. The highest flood stage on the Douro River in Portugal appears to have occurred during the devastating flood of December 1909. It is described as one of the most notorious floods in the recorded history of the Douro Valley. The flood peaked on December 22, 1909, causing extensive damage along the river. In Porto, the floodwaters reached just 50 centimeters below the lower span of the Dom Luís Bridge, threatening to destroy the structure. The flood caused widespread destruction, carrying away lodges, olive trees, and vineyards. At Quinta do Zimbro, the floodwaters reached the main house and flowed through the lodge. At Quinta do Vesuvio, the water level reached up to the top of the chapel door. Other significant floods, such as those in 1727, 1739, 1769, 1774, 1777, 1788, and 1798, the 1909 flood is described in the most detail and appears to have been particularly severe. However, it's worth noting that precise measurements of flood stages for these historical events are not provided. The Douro River is extremely important for several reasons. The river plays a crucial role in the production and export of port wine, one of Portugal's most famous products. The Douro Valley offers ideal conditions for growing grapes used in port wine production. Historically, the Douro was the main route for transporting wine barrels from the inland vineyards to Porto for aging and export. Today, it remains an important waterway for both commerce and tourism. The Douro Valley is a major tourist attraction, offering river cruises, scenic landscapes, and opportunities to visit historic wineries and towns. The Douro Valley was classified as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 2001, recognizing its cultural landscape shaped by centuries of winemaking. The river has several dams that generate electricity for Portugal and Spain. Beyond wine, the Douro Valley supports the cultivation of olives, almonds, and other crops. The river and its surrounding areas are home to diverse ecosystems and wildlife. The Douro has played a crucial role in the development of Porto and the surrounding regions, influencing trade, culture, and urban growth. As an international river flowing through both Spain and Portugal, the Douro has been important in fostering cooperation between the two countries. The Douro River's importance extends beyond its physical presence, embodying the region's history, culture, and economic vitality. As we cruise, you'll notice the charming traditional Rebelo boats dotting the Douro River. These flat-bottom boats, with their distinctive wooden structures and single mast with a square sail, were once the primary means of transporting barrels of port wine from the Douro Valley vineyards to the cellars in Vila Nova de Gaia. Although modern transportation has taken over their role, these boats remain an iconic symbol of Porto's wine heritage and add a nostalgic charm to the river's scenery. The Dom Luís Thurfer Bridge was built between 1881 and 1886. This double-decked metal arch bridge was designed by Théophile Seyrig, a disciple and business partner of Gustave Eiffel. At its completion, its 172-meter span was the longest of its type in the world. The upper deck, 60 meters above the river, now carries the Porto Metro, Line D, and pedestrians, while the lower deck is for road traffic and pedestrians. The bridge has historical significance. It was named after King Luís I of Portugal. It replaced an older bridge, remnants of which can still be seen on the Ribeira. Designated a cultural heritage site in 1982, the bridge is beautifully illuminated at night, offering stunning views of Porto's landscape. On the left-hand side of the screen, you can see the cable car system called the Teleférico de Gaia. Located in Vila Nova de Gaia, Portugal, just across the Douro River from Porto. The Gaia cable car offers a scenic 5-minute ride between the historical port wine cellars area and the upper part of Gaia, providing panoramic views of Porto and the Douro River. The length of the cable car system is 600 meters. Each car can hold up to 8 passengers. The operating hours vary by season, however they are generally 10 a.m. to 6 to 8 p.m. Adult ticket prices were at the time we took it in July 2024, a 7 one-way, $10 round trip. The cable car has 2 stations, one lower station near the riverfront and port wine cellars, and an upper station at Jardim do Moro, near the Dom Luís I Bridge. The system was built in 2011 and offers tourists a unique aerial perspective of Porto's historic center, Gaia's wine cellars, and the Douro River. While not as well known as some other European cable cars, it provides an enjoyable and picturesque transportation option for visitors to the Porto Gaia area. On the left side of the screen, you will see the cruises that depart from Porto along the Douro River, which offer a scenic journey through Portugal's wine country. Most river cruise ships visiting Porto actually dock at the Douro River Cruise Terminal, located across the river in Vila Nova de Gaia. From there, passengers can easily access Porto via the D. Luís Bridge. Cruise itineraries typically include short 2-day cruises between Porto and Régua or Pinhão. Offering a brief taste of the Douro Valley. In addition, there are longer 4-8-day cruises that travel further upriver to destinations like Barça d'Alva near the Spanish border. Some cruises include stops at wineries and historic towns along the route. Popular cruise lines operating on the Douro include A Rosa, Viking, and Scenic Luxury Cruises. Highlights of these cruises often include scenic views of terraced vineyards and historic quintas, wine estates. The cruises are known to visit the port wine cellars in Vila Nova de Gaia. Another highlight of the cruises are exploring UNESCO World Heritage Sites like Porto's Historic Center. Several of the cruises offer wine tasting experiences in the Douro Valley. These cruises offer excursions to nearby cities like Guimarães or Salamanca, Spain. Cruises typically operate from March to November, with prices varying by season and duration. The Douro River offers a variety of water sports and activities for visitors to enjoy. Several companies offer sailing tours and experiences on the Douro, including Mar Douro, Sailing Tours, and BB Douro. Paddling Center at the Douro Marina, Gaia provides opportunities for kayaking and stand-up paddleboarding. Douro rowing tours are available for those interested in this traditional water sport. Thrill seekers can enjoy jet boat rides on the Douro River. Water skiing and wakeboarding activities are offered in calm zones of the river without currents. Various companies provide private yacht cruises along the Douro, some including amenities like sparkling wine or dinner with live music. Surfing. While not directly on the Douro, surf lessons are available at nearby Matosinhos Beach. These activities cater to different preferences and skill levels, from relaxing boat tours to more adventurous water sports. Many tour operators are based in Porto and Vila Nova de Gaia, making the Douro River a popular destination for water-based activities and tourism. No trip to Porto is complete without a nod to its world-renowned port wine, and the Sandeman wine cellars are a must-see. Located right by our departure point in Vila Nova de Gaia, the Sandeman cellars have been producing fine port and sherry since 1790. The cellars are famous not just for their exquisite wines, but also for their rich history and the iconic logo of the Dawn, a silhouette of a cape-clad figure that represents mystery and tradition. Visitors to the cellars can enjoy guided tours, learn about the intricate process of winemaking, and indulge in tastings of some of the finest port wines in the region. The Douro is the third longest river on the Iberian Peninsula, flowing for approximately 897 kilometers, 557 miles, from its source in Spain to its mouth in Porto, Portugal. Its name is believed to be derived from the Portuguese word for golden, reflecting the river's appearance in certain light conditions. The Douro Valley is one of the oldest wine-producing regions on Earth, with a history of winemaking dating back nearly 2,000 years. The Alto Douro wine region, which surrounds the river, is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, known for producing world-famous port wine. The river has played a crucial role in trade since ancient times, with archaeological evidence suggesting a Phoenician trading settlement at its mouth as far back as the 8th century BC. In the 18th century, the Douro region became the world's first regulated wine region. The construction of dams and locks in the 20th century transformed the river, making navigation safer and enabling hydroelectric power production. The Douro flows through 5 provinces in Spain before entering Portugal, where it forms part of the border between the two countries. The river's mouth between Porto and Vila Nova de Gaia is a major tourist attraction, offering stunning views and a rich cultural heritage. Next on our journey is the Arabida Bridge, which opened in 1963 and designed by Edgar Cardoso. This bridge features a reinforced concrete arch design. With a total length of 493 meters and a main arch span of 270 meters, it was the largest concrete arch span in the world at its completion. This bridge is also significant as it is classified as a National Monument of Portugal. The bridge carries 6 lanes of road traffic and offers stunning panoramic views of the Douro River and Porto's cityscape. Visitors can even walk across the archway with safety gear since 2016. The Douro River Valley was designated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 2001 for several reasons. The region has been producing wine for nearly 2,000 years, making it one of the oldest wine-producing regions on Earth. The valley represents an outstanding example of a traditional European wine-producing region, showcasing the evolution of human interaction with the environment over time. The steep banks of the Douro Valley have been shaped by humans over centuries, creating distinctive terraced vineyards that form a visually striking and culturally significant landscape. The Alto Douro wine region is renowned for producing world-famous port wine, which has been a significant part of the area's cultural and economic identity since the 18th century. The region features numerous quintas, wine-producing farm complexes, villages, chapels, and transportation infrastructure that reflect its technological, social, and economic evolution. The Douro Valley offers breathtaking scenery, enhanced by its unique microclimate and the interplay between natural features and human intervention. The UNESCO designation helps protect and promote the continuation of traditional viticultural practices in the region. The UNESCO World Heritage status recognizes the Douro Valley's exceptional beauty, cultural significance, and the harmonious relationship between human activity and the natural environment in creating a unique wine-producing landscape. The convent of Corpus Christi was originally built near the river Douro in the 14th century, specifically in 1345. However, this initial location proved problematic due to the frequent flooding of the river Douro. The proximity to the river likely served several purposes common to medieval monastic establishments. Rivers provided essential water for daily use and potentially for agriculture. The Douro River was a major transportation route, which could have been beneficial for the convent's activities and connections. Water often held spiritual symbolism in religious contexts. However, the frequent flooding of the Douro River caused significant issues for the convent. These recurring floods led to gradual degradation of the original structure. As a result, in the 17th century, the Dominican nuns decided to rebuild the church in its current location. Further away from the river's flood-prone areas. This relocation highlights the ongoing struggle between the practical needs of the convent and the natural forces of the Douro River. The convent of Corpus Christi in Vila Nova de Gaia, near Porto, is associated with several significant historical events. The present church was built in the Baroque style during the reign of Dom João V, early 18th century, featuring a distinctive polygonal shape and a choir with a sumptuous paneled ceiling. The church houses the tomb of Álvaro de Cernache, who was the standard bearer of the Ala dos Namorados, left flank of the Portuguese army, at the Battle of Aljubarrota in 1385. The Battle of Aljubarrota was a pivotal conflict in Portuguese history, fought on August 14, 1385, between the Kingdom of Portugal and the Crown of Castile. Portuguese forces led by King John I of Portugal and his general Nuno Álvares Pereira, supported by English allies, faced the Castilian army commanded by King John I of Castile. The battle took place near the town of Aljubarrota between Leiria and Alcobaça in central Portugal. It was a decisive victory for Portugal, ending the 1383 through 1385 crisis and securing Portuguese independence. It also established the House of Aviz as the new ruling dynasty. The Portuguese used innovative military tactics, including a defensive disposition and the construction of palisades. They also chose favorable terrain, which contributed to their victory against the larger Castilian force. The battle resulted in heavy Castilian casualties, with estimates of 4,000 to 5,000 dead during the battle and another 5,000 in its aftermath. To commemorate the victory, King John I ordered the construction of the monastery of Batalha. The battle is still celebrated in Portugal as a symbol of national independence and military prowess. The convent underwent major alterations in subsequent centuries until the religious orders were suppressed in 1834. Today, the former convent functions as a cultural center, preserving its historical and architectural significance. There are significant future plans for the Douro River, particularly focused on infrastructure development and transportation improvements. A new bridge over the Douro River is scheduled to begin construction in 2023 and be completed by 2025. This seventh bridge between Porto and Vila Nova de Gaia will be exclusively for metro, cyclists, and pedestrians. The new bridge will be part of a new metro line, the Ruby Line, connecting Casa da Música and Santo Ovidio stations. It's estimated to cost €50.5 million and will feature photovoltaic panels for lighting. Two additional bridges are planned between Porto and Vila Nova de Gaia. The de Antonio Francisco dos Santos Bridge, connecting Campanhã to Quebrantões for car traffic, public transportation, and soft transport modes. A mirror bridge of the São João Bridge for the new high-speed train line. There are ongoing efforts to address climate change impacts in the Douro region, including potential shifts in grape varieties and production areas. Strategies such as planting at higher elevations, water conservation, and energy reduction are being considered. Discussions about water management are taking place, including proposals for winter water capture and debates about irrigation regulations, particularly for vineyards. These plans aim to improve transportation, address environmental challenges, and support the region's wine industry, which is crucial to the Douro Valley's economy and heritage. Thank you for joining us on another Keen Adventures as we enjoyed the spectacular Six Bridges River cruise and experienced Porto's rich history and architectural marvels from the best seat in the house, the Douro River.